Alright, welcome to part 2, and I just uploaded part 1 just to see how it would look, and I got 720 or 720p, so I'm happy. And as you can tell, I haven't moved anywhere. Sorry about part 1 having highly unsynced audio video. Trying to work with Cam Studio on that, and yeah, if anyone knows how to get that worked in, I actually timed it. It's right around a 5-second delay between hearing it and seeing it. So if that helps anyone tell me how many milliseconds I need to shift the crap around, I would greatly appreciate it, because then the rest of the recordings will be a higher quality and much better on me and the viewer, so that way they're not going, what's he talking about? Oh, okay. And yeah, yeah, there's a bunch of categories here, so cool. Medical, food. Alright, since I said I was going to cover food, I will cover food first, just to make sure I don't forget anything. Alright, so it's a tiered system of, never mind, of 1 to 10, and then 11 to 20, 21 to 30, etc., and ends up at 41, 50, and at that point, the tiering stops, and level 51 and up just uses level 50 items. I don't think they've added anything here in a while, but anyhow. So here's tier 1. Oh, let me move that there. As you can tell, it restores 0% hunger, and the red means nutrition level 10. Doesn't mean that, just means it's stupid for me to use it. It's like, hey, red flag, don't use this unless you're absolutely retarded. Wow, some of the prices for beer. Ooh, I can make profit. Yeah. I'll cover the bank here in a second, so that way you can see how to purchase something. Simple. Candy is also a level 10. I'm having to skip around because it's by alphabet. Okay, here we go. Here's a level 20, which is, I think that's another one. There's another one. There's another one. What is it? Beef burgers, that's a level 30, and again, they've actually canceled some things, so if you see food going for an outrageous amount of don't buy it. So if you can eat level 30 food, don't eat beef burgers. It's just stupid. There's a couple fruit juices up there as well. Caviar, that's what I eat a lot. Buy it, cook it, go. You can buy it cooked and uncooked. Cheese, here we go. This is one level below mine, so it says the orange means, yeah, alright, this is in case of emergency, alright? Just make sure you don't do this all the time. Cherry pie, again, it's I think, yeah, this is one of those discontinued items, so it's a high price. Here we go. Cooked baked beans. You saw up top, baked. These are sort of by alphabet, so you're going to see a lot of, there's cooked. Dog food, that's another level 20. See, I knew there was another one. And I think that's it for level 20, I'm not sure. Cherry pie's a level 40 item. Some of them have more. Here's another level 40 item. Cooked eggs. Fresh meat's a 50. Fresh vegetables is a 50. Millet's a level 10. There's fresh vegetables. Let me see. Those are made by a farmer. That's a different class. If anything, I might just go through and make a whole character based on recording. So yeah. Cooked oats. That's another level 40. I survived off of oats between levels 31 to 41. I actually survived on oats. It was pretty much nothing but oats. Oh, phone again. Alright. Yeah, hopefully I won't have to answer. Cooked mixed nuts. That's a level 50 item. That's pretty much all I eat now is cooked mixed nuts, caviar, fresh vegetables, fresh meat. There's cooked potatoes. That's a level 30 item. That's stupid for me to eat. Yeah, here we go. If you're level 20, that's what you should eat. Not fries. That's another one of those. Here, pasta. That's another one you can eat. That is good to eat. Sausage. I think that's a discontinued item as well, so you gotta watch the prices. If they're way outrageous, don't go for it. Cooked rice. That's a level 30. Cooked tin hot dogs. That's a level 20. Seeds, that's a level 20. Cooked tin hot dogs. Cooked tin salmon, that's a 40. Spaghetti, cooked tin spaghetti is Yeah, 20. Yeah, I'm just sitting here just rambling at this point. So you'll be able to figure it out as you go along. It's not that difficult. Dog biscuits. Also, another thing I should go over is cooking. So notice there's restores, in this case, 0% hunger. Restores 1% if cooked. So obviously a higher nutrition value if it's cooked. And then at the bottom it tells you cooked by this level of chef. I actually have a chef under a different name, and I'll get into the buddy system a little bit later. Yeah, there's eggs. There's a whole bunch of uncooked stuff. Milk. That's another one of those discontinued items. Millet, oats, pasta, potato chips. That's one of those shitty items that you can just eat on the fly. There's no cooked value on that, so it's one of those great items that when you first start out, when you're like levels 1 through 10, it's so much easier just to go out and run around. Because then, oh, red wine, that's another level 50 item. Doesn't, in my opinion, it's not worth it. I mean, it's more expensive than caviar, and at the same time, it's gives you less hunger. So, in fact, I don't remember if I covered this in part 1, but hunger is your top one. Fork, knife, kind of obvious, and then this is what appears to be a heart. So that's your number one. And then if you have armor, that's your bottom. Obviously, it's kind of green is good, red is bad. So the higher you are up, the better. Oh, one thing I might want to mention right off the bat, now that I'm talking about this, with 8 minutes left on the timer, is when you're fine, you get 75% experience of killing a zombie. So if it's 100, you only get 75. Whereas if you're nourished, aka green, I'm going to be using the colors a lot more. Makes it more universal. It's easier to use. Hold on, gotta think. Yeah, it's 125% if you're green on hunger, which doesn't make any sense to me. It should be either 100 or 75, or yellow should be 100, something like that. Either way, your health. There is effects. It's kind of realistic in the fact that the more jacked up you get, the more your stats take a hit. In fact, I'll cover those here in a second. So, green and yellow are fine. They don't affect any of the stats. But when you hit orange, which is one level below, what is it? Yellow. That's right. Wow, that scatterbrain thing is actually coming into effect. So, great. Anyhow, going from yellow to orange. Orange has a 25% reduction in your stats, so try to stay up there in your health. Just run around with a bunch of health items that you can just simply slap on you at any point in time. Just makes great, I don't know, just makes it easier to open up your slots instead of carrying around a bunch of useful stuff and then going, but I need a doctor to use this stuff effectively. Well, with this, since this is my main, and he's a really high level, I don't really need to take him out into the quote-unquote inner city or to go out and fight zombies. So, just, it's not worth it at this point. And then at Sirius, which I know is the worst one. No. Sirius is orange. Critical is red. At red, you have all your stats are cut in half. Not your ability to carry what weapon, but it affects most of your stuff. In fact, let me just go into that now, so that way it's covered. So, following. In fact, here's how you sort of trade. There's supposed to be a little trade button here, but since this is my profile, it doesn't really matter. You're gonna notice I'm scrolling a lot. Stupid thing. There we go. So it shows you what weapons are equipped on any guy, their stats, their proficiencies, how much cast they have, and all their status on food, health, armor, and all that such. You can actually see that equipped when you go in. Like, if you took every bit of clothing off this guy and went running out into the inner city, you will actually see it. So, it's a major upgrade from the old 2D, which they've been out of for like 6 months or something like that. Six months. Phone. Shut up. Yeah. So they've upgraded to 3D, and you actually have to download I think a plugin would be the right name for it, in order to get it to work right. And there's the phone. I actually figured out in part 1 that my mic's pretty damn sensitive, so you can probably hear the stupid Ionic Pro in the background. Yeah. Anyhow, yep, strength, that's just what items you can carry. Like, there's a shotgun that requires 100 strength, there's machine guns that require 100 strength, so I can't carry them. I can carry ones below that, providing you have enough skill. Pistols have no weight requirement, same thing with melee. Actually, some of them do have a strength requirement. Explosive, I think that has one as well. As you can tell, I don't have any explosive, no rifle, but I have 10 melee, 100 pistol. That's the max. 100 is the max for your skills. So, and in fact, it's actually suggested in the wiki that you do cover. Wow, almost done with this part. That you only stick to a couple of weapons. As you can tell, I've stuck with 3 mainly. Melee, I threw a random level in there. Probably shouldn't have done that. I could have added that to shotgun or machine gun, since pistol's full. And anyhow, endurance is how long. I'm not sure about this. You might want to check the wiki before people start going, well, I have 100 endurance and I'm running. I can't run that long. Well, check the wiki. And not even the information in the wiki is, they even have a disclaimer saying don't take this at face value, it's just for role-playing purposes only. So it's okay. Anyhow, I was gonna say it is how long you can run. I think the 3D actually affects that, which is new, which is current, so I probably shouldn't call it 3D anymore. Anyhow, also it's your health, so 1 point of this is 2 hit points, which sounds shitty, but you throw 5 in, you get 10, which is exactly what you get for your stats and proficiencies up to level 50. Once you go from level 50 to level 51, done. You don't have as many stats. I think it's a 2-1 split, being stat proficiency. Boy, I hope the audio and video is synced up on this. Accuracy, that's pretty in fact, I skipped agility. Accuracy, that's pretty self-explanatory. Agility, that's how fast you run. And I think I've already I mentioned that in part 1. I actually had to sit down and watch it myself just to make sure I wouldn't repeat it too much. As you can tell, 76. That's a pretty good number. More than that is recommended, just because some of the zombies in there are fast. I might do a gameplay. Right now, like I said, it's just an overview. So I'll go through most of the basics. Some of the advanced stuff I probably won't. I might do. Advanced being like Credit Shop and Elite Shop. I'll touch on those at some point, but this is just a multi-parted overview to get you worked in and make sure you're not 100% noobish when you get in. Like, don't go up to a zombie and attack him with a penknife. That's just stupid. Get rid of the penknife, first thing. That's just advice. Get rid of the penknife and use the money you get from the penknife to keep your weapons going. Now, if you're going to be throwing it into melee, alright, don't use the shitty penknife. That's the base level. That is just absolute crap. Critical hit, if you've played like games like Fallout 3, again, I'm mentioning that because it's awesome game. I won't be able to do a playthrough of it. Shitty computer. In fact, I can't even play it. Doesn't recognize the video card, which it's running stock, so I don't know why I'm talking about that now. See, there's that scatterbrain thing I was talking about. So anyhow, critical hit, pretty straightforward. It does like 2.5 times more damage than a standard hit. That I know I mentioned having shotguns is useless, but I have other weapons I can use. Hence the pistol and machine gun and melee. But that's pretty much going to stay there. Reloading, that, again, unless you're a straight melee person, which is insane, absolute suicide for some of the certain types to level up, is there's more, certain zombies are better than others. In fact, they actually, I'm kind of new, because they've been updating the wiki here lately, and in fact, I meant to check the map. Anyhow, reloading, pretty straightforward. Like as I was talking about, God, I'm getting scatterbrained. I really need to start writing this crap down.